Right, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, all you fabulous people, depending on what time it is day where you are. I've been asked to do a tutorial on how I'm producing some of the AI images that I am. I'm using a bit of software called Midjourney, and it can produce some fabulous artwork. Here's some examples of AI created art. This is just a frog, and McDonald's meals. And to the more bizarre and weird, there's Eddie Murphy as a werewolf. Lots of people as werewolves. It's a very versatile image generating tool, and it generates you images just from text. And as you can see, the results are really quite spectacular. So today I'm going to go through the process of getting started and how much it costs. So there is actually a free trial available, and you can get about 25 images if you're lucky, maybe get a little bit more out of it. But I'm on the $30 a month plan, which allows me to produce unlimited images. So to start off with, you're going to need a Discord account. So you can open this in your browser. I personally have downloaded this for Windows, but you're going to need to go through the process of setting up Discord. As I'm already set up, I'm not going to show you that here. It's relatively straightforward, and it can be done on your phone as well. So you're just going to need to go through that process. And once you're set up and you have your Discord, here's my Discord, then you're going to need to go over to the Midjourney website. So not Midjourney/app, but just midjourney.com. Maybe you don't. Let's find out where it is. I'm going to Google it. Here we are. Yeah, midjourney.com, home. Okay, so you're going to click on join the beta. And because I'm already a member, it's gone straight through. However, in the event that you are new to this, you're going to need to jump through a few hoops, click on the join, accept. There might be some rules that you have to read, and but it's relatively straightforward. So if you need more help with that, I might make a separate video on it. But it's an easy enough process. You can see here where I've joined. I think I might have to click on love or something to get started. So, right, once you're in, what do you do? Once you're in, you're going to be given 25 free images to make yourself. So go over to the newbies room and you can get started. So the entire foundation of this piece of software is based on this single command, /imagine. And then after there, you type in what you want. It can be anything. So what do we want today? Let's think of it. A giraffe in a magical forest. And then obviously there's going to be lots of other people's work going on here. And you're going to see what everyone else is doing, which can be nice to get some inspiration. And I personally prefer a bit of a quieter situation, so I'll show you how to do that in a second, away from everyone else. So up here we can see that it's 0% done. These aren't immediate. They, if you're in fast mode, which I'll go into more detail about later, they happen relatively quickly. If you're in relaxed mode, they can take 2 to 5 minutes to generate, and eventually your image will appear in the list at the bottom. Right, and here we are. Here is our giraffe in our magical forest. Now I quite like image 3, so what we're going to do is we're going to upscale image 3 by hitting upscale 3. Whilst we're waiting for that, if you want to find more images and have a look through some of the work that I've done, you can find it on my YouTube channel. There's a art created by AI playlist where I have thousands and thousands of images that I've made with various themes. Celebrities that look like zombies, what happens when superheroes get old, psychedelic imagery, Elvis is from the multiverse, a short children's book that was completely written by ChatGPT and completely illustrated by Midjourney, old and ancient technology brought to life by Midjourney, animals that don't exist, carnivorous plants, major movies reimagined in Lego. The possibilities are almost endless, so give this video a like, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel, and you'll get all the latest things that I do there. Let's get back to Discord and did my giraffe upscale that I was waiting for. As you can see, you can quite often get lost in here. Oh, it appears it didn't upscale, so let's try again. Oh, we've upscaled the wrong one. Let's upscale number 3. So let's give it a minute. In here you'll find lots of other little things that you can do. There's chat rooms, there's discussions, there's themes of the day, and various things. I do recommend having a look around, see what everyone else is doing if you're new. Get talking with people. It's find out how they did, what they're doing. Just have a watch before you waste your 25 goes, because after that you are going to have to pay for further access to the service. So I'd just like to say that these details that I'm giving you out, they are correct as of today, which is the 6th of January 2023. Midjourney does change, and it changes quite frequently and quite significantly. So if you're watching this in the distant future, this is how it was back then. If you're watching this relatively recently, this should be a good guide for you. Alright, now what we can do is we can type in here other commands, so /info. It can tell me about what's going on. Here we are. So it's saying that I've got 0 queue jobs, running jobs 2, and it tells me how many fast hours I've got left. It tells me how many images I've made. I've made 3,608 images. I've only had this a week, so that's quite impressive. So in a minute we'll go through all these bits in more detail, but here are our large images. They arrived. There you go. Isn't that spectacular, considering that all it was a quick text prompt. Okay, so let's say that you don't want to hang around in this room here, and some of these features might not be available for you basic users. Some of them might be only available for the advanced users. What you can do is you can chat with the you can message the bot. Now if you message the bot, it's just going to be you and the bot. So let's think of a new prompt this time. What we're going to have, the movie Pulp Fiction starring only bunny rabbits. I can't message this user. So this used to be a feature that I used to use. I'm not sure what's happened there. So in that case, what you need to do is you need to create your own server. So go down here and add your own server. Once you've added your own server, here's my one here, you can get the Midjourney bot in there. See, I've got the Midjourney bot in there. So the way that's done is you go back to Midjourney, you find the bot, you click on it, and you click on Add to Server, and you've got to pick the server which that you want. So I've already done that, and it's in here. So let's again try imagine the movie Pulp Fiction starring only bunny rabbits. And without all the clutter of what everyone else does here, you've got a much better record of what you're doing. You will also find all of your work on Midjourney on midjourney.com/app. Go. Where was it? Midjourney. Here we are, midjourney.com/app. I don't know why I didn't do that the first time. This is basically all of my prompts here. If you ever want to revisit one, you can click on them, and you can see you've got options here: save image, open in Discord. If you want to revisit them, and you can share them to the community, you can download them. This is just basically where everything stays. So let's look. We've got Pulp Fiction with bunny rabbits. It's kind of worked, but you know, this is a very imprecise art, and I'm going to go into some of the nuances of that now. So first of all, I think that I should discuss the packages that are available. There's a $10 a month package, a $30 a month package, and a $60 a month package as of me speaking with you today. The $10 a month package only uses fast hours, and you're going to burn through them very, very quickly, and you're going to find that your $10 is gone. The $30 a month package allows you to use something called relaxed mode to make unlimited images. So currently, when you generate an image, so imagine a frog riding on a horse. Oh, let's make sure that we spell it correctly, because you can get some strange results if you don't spell things correctly here. This is just an AI that is basing everything on the text you provide. See the word fast down here? So you can see that it's 0% done, but it's fast. It started being enacted quite quickly. So you're going to have a limited amount of fast hours, and you can find out how many fast hours you've got left by going to info. Okay, so I've got 14.35 hours left, so that was about 95%, because I stay almost exclusively in relaxed mode. Let's have a look. Here we go. Well, we've ended up with some strange things here, frog horses, but you know, I'll explain how to get around some of these problems in a minute. So what I recommend that you do is change it into relaxed mode by typing in /relax. Under relaxed mode, you can produce as many images as you want, and it will not eat into your budget, it will not eat into your time. So let's see how long it takes to make a relaxed mode image. Imagine a goblin eating a McDonald's meal. So see that this one, rather than immediately starting, it's gone to waiting to start, and this could be a little bit of time. As I said, generally it happens within a couple of minutes, but let's wait and see what we can do. In the meantime, let's have a look back at some of my images. So I've been experimenting with different tags like this: // stop, and // stylize, and -- quality. And I'm going to go through some of these settings here in a bit with you as well, because there's some that you will want to change if you're on the paid for plan. Okay, have we still waiting to start? We are. It's going to take some time, but you can queue up to I'm not sure if it's 12 or 16 images at a time. So you know, you can go and make yourself a cup of tea and come back to it and worry about it later if you're not in a rush. I do recommend staying in relaxed mode all the time if you don't need quick results. Fast hours, they're convenient, but they will get eaten up very, very quickly. If you look back at how many hours I've used 57.58 hours, and I only have 15 hours of fast time. So I would have used my $30 budget up 4 times over at this stage. I'm really not sure what the advantage to go into the advantage is to go into the $60 a month package. I think it's just more fast hours, and I think there's a privacy setting so that other people can't necessarily see your work. But it's obscure from most people by it being in your own server, which is what I also recommend. Here it is. So you saw how long that took. Here's our goblin. Now let's return back to fast mode by typing in /fast, and I'll leave fast mode on for the rest of this video, because otherwise it's going to be a slow and boring video, but I do recommend you stay in relaxed mode. So let's now upscale one of these images. Which one do we like? I like the first one. So let's upscale the first image. Whilst it says waiting to start, you will see that it almost immediately jumps to being processed. So it's really about queuing. Once they've started, they take about the same amount of time to do. And let's see what this comes out like. And in a minute, we're going to go discuss how to start modifying these images, remixing, re-rolling, removing items from the image, giving the image a feel. We're going to cover what not to do, what Midjourney struggles with, making images different ratios and sizes, using your own images, and finally I think we're going to cover maintaining character consistency across images. So right, let's have a look. Well, upscaling does seem to take a little bit longer than image generation, but it should be with us soon. What we're going to do once that has done is let's try adding in a burger. into this image, and I'll explain to you how to do that in a minute. So one of the things you want to do is go to settings, and there's some things that you're going to want to turn on. Oh, there's our upscaled burger, or the upscaled image rather, and you notice that it's not completely identical. You know, like some additional detail is added in the upscaling, and you know, sometimes that's not exactly what you want, but hey, we'll cover that in a second. So here's your settings. I recommend staying in version 4 mode, high quality, if you're not wasting your free goes, because they will get used up very quick. Stylization is going to be sort of how not really abstracted. So sort of like, do you want it as a cartoon, as a watercolor? Is it, or do you want it more like a photo? So depending on whether or how you set the styling is going to affect that. The upscaling is going to affect how much this image changes when you upscale it. Now I'm on a regular upscale, quite like it, but light upscale and beta upscale, you're going to have to just play with them. They add differing amounts of details. Your image will vary by a different amount, but the quality might look different. I recommend you stay in relaxed mode. We're going to stay in fast mode for this video, but stay in relaxed mode all the time. Private mode, you can turn it on if you are on the $60 a month package. I don't have the $60 a month package, but again, I don't really care too much about my privacy. One thing that you're going to want to turn on is remix mode. I'm going to explain why in a second. So relaxed mode and remix mode and everything else just, I think, stays the same as the defaults, but try and work with me here. So in this picture we've got the guy and he's having a drink here. So what I want to try and do is remove the drink. So we're going to hit variation 1 to create a variation, and this, because we've got remix mode enabled, enables us to edit the initial prompt. So I can put in here -- no drink. This has varying levels of success. This is a very imprecise art, but you're just going to have a play with it and see what you can do. But let's see how this job comes out. And then let's also take this one. Let's take this one here, variation 3. That's eating a McDonald's meal, and let's say with a burger. So this one we're removing the drink on, and this one we're adding a burger. Hopefully, if things go well. And look, it wasn't. It's removed the drink there by making it into what looks like a chip box. It's not had a great deal of success, and notice that it has changed the image slightly. Let's try it with something else. Or alternatively, what we can do is we can do something called a re-roll. How about here? Let's have a look at this image that's just being processed. Here we go. It has added a burger in here. It's added a burger to his shoulder here, which isn't really what we wanted. And that looks like it used to be a burger, but it got chopped into little pieces. The chances of you getting this right first time are quite slim. You're going to have to work with the varying the words that you use, and one of the buttons that you've got here is the re-roll button. So not only can you remix and change the prompt, you can also re-roll just for another spin of the dice, see how it goes. And let's give this one up here another spin of the dice. So what prompt did we use up here? We used a goblin eating a McDonald's meal. Let's try and stylize this a bit. Let's try and make this look a little bit different. So I can type in /imagine, the basis of everything. A goblin eating a McDonald's water kill, and then I can type in watercolor style. Okay, so there's our remixes coming through. So as you can see, it's a slightly different goblin. The backgrounds are slightly different. It's maintained the angle. You know, maybe some different words. Oh look, we appear to have a Yoda here. It's changed the angle this time, and there you go. So this is just something you're going to have to play with, really, to get what you want. And let's have a look. The watercolour is coming through now. There we go. So look, it's coming out exactly as a watercolour painting should. Let's look at some different styles that we could do. So it doesn't have to be like a painting, it could be a black and white photograph. Oh, it's best if you use the word imagine at the beginning. It actually makes it happen for you. But this is a mistake that you're going to make lots when you're doing this. Excuse me. Right, and let's all also imagine some other things. So imagine a goblin eating a McDonald's meal rather than a black and white photograph. We're going to say Van Gogh style because he's an artist. So I should probably say Van Gogh style there. So let's try that again because otherwise I think Van Gogh will actually turn up in the picture. But let's see. And okay, so look, this one has come out as a black and white photograph as we asked. So we've got watercolour, we've got black and white photograph. So stylisation can be added by adding a little bit more detail in there. And you know, like the options and possibilities here are really endless. It could be you could do it as a child's drawing. You could even ask it to look like more like a computer game. So yeah, so that because I didn't type Van Gogh style, it integrated Van Gogh into the goblin in that case. Well, that's a little bit Van Gogh style. Let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to say imagine a goblin eating McDonald's meal, Unreal Engine style, and that should give us more of a computer game stylized image. I will try another one where we say HD or 4K. Now you don't really get HD 4K image by doing this, but what it does do is it makes the output close to resemble it stylized wise. So it's worth having a play around with these, seeing what you can do. And let's have a look here. So which one was this? This is Unreal Engine style. So this is supposed to be more like a computer game. I suppose that does look a little bit more computer gaming. It's a strange subject. Yeah. And we're going to now have the 4K, 4D, HD 4K. But I kept the black and white photograph in there. Them two aspects are probably conflicting with each other slightly. It has come out very, very crisp, but I would say that black and white photographs tend to be old and not HD and crisp, so my two prompts there were kind of conflicting a bit with each other. But I'm generally impressed with the results. One thing that you may notice, I'm not sure how, is I like to count how many fingers people have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. It's done pretty well there. Let's. I'm going to show you now what it can't do. So let's imagine lots of people holding up their hands. Imagine a small child holding their grandfather's hand close up. I want to show you where it goes wrong. When it gets down to small and fine detail, so this could be teeth, this could be eyes, it could be how many legs does a centipede have, how many legs do horses have in a crowd. Excuse me. I'm just recovering from this cold. You can see here that with this hand here clearly only has 3 fingers on it. Oh, it's still loading in, so right, here we go. Now, look, that appears to be an extra set of fingers appeared on the side there. That person appears to have maybe 6 fingers. This one here is reduced amount of fingers. Fingers, it ain't going to work well with. It's just the sad reality of it. Look at that, what is going on there? And what is going on here? It's just this mess. That kind of looks horrific. Don't look away, children. So try and avoid things that have hands in, things that have too many teeth in. or you're just going to have to re-roll infinitely until you get it right. I'm going to cover some of the other things that you can do now. Let's think of a nice image. Imagine a young couple in love. And what we're going to do now is we're going to look at the aspect ratio. So dash dash AR. I'm going to make this a 3:2. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Imagine a young couple in love. Dash dash AR 2:3. Now this should give us two different images, one landscape and one portrait. If all goes to plan, there you can't choose any aspect ratio that you want. You're limited to arrange. By default, it's 1:1. I will put a link to a page that details the various prompts that you can use. I'm just trying to give you some examples here whilst we work through it, just so that you can get an idea of what it can do. So there's our landscape, young couple in love. There's some very nice images there. And here is, well, it's 93% done, it's going to be there in a second. Here is our portrait version. So what you should be able to do, let's say that you like number 4 here. So we go to variation on 4, and assuming that you've got remix mode on, you should be able to change this to a 3:2. I have had some problems with this stretching, but let's see how it comes out. Whilst that's waiting for that to happen, let's go and download a picture of a celebrity. So who should we pick? Brad Pitt. And I want to show you how you can import your own images into Midjourney. It's a WebP file. I need a JPEG. Oh, is everything WebP files these days? Brad Pitt JPEG. That's a JPEG. Found it. Okay, so let's put that in downloads. Save. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So changing the aspect ratio did stretch it. Some things it does well, some things it doesn't do very well at all. Maybe that would be a job for Photoshop to change the aspect of it, see what you can do. Okay, so now we want to use our Brad Pitt picture. So we upload a file and we drop it in. And now, once we right click on that, we'll load it up, right click, and we say copy link. Now, /imagine, and then we paste in the image link, and let's give wearing a hat, and let's get it to work with this image here. So you can use more than one image. If you use more than one image, you will generally find that it blends all the images into one. So don't expect to put a cat and a dog into an image and end up with a cat and a dog in the final output. You'll end up with a strange hybrid cat-dog. Sometimes if you re-roll it, it will come out okay. It is literally the roll of the dice though. So as you can see here, 62% done. It has added a hat in. Right, it's starting to look there. Not quite Brad Pitt in some of these pictures, but most of the way there. It's female Brad Pitt. You will get some strange results occasionally, but there we go. We have a hat and we have Brad Pitt. What you can do, so let's find an example of this. So that's cat JPEG. I'm going to upload 2 images, and I'm going to show you how you end up with a strange hybrid. So hopefully what we're hoping to achieve here is Brad Pitt and a cat, but I have the strangest feeling we're going to end up with a Brad Pitt cat. So slash imagine, and then we can put that image in, and then we can copy the link to this image, and we can put this image in as well. And now we've got two images in the same thing. And let's see how that goes. Whilst that's running through, I want to discuss image weighting and weighting in general. So let's say one aspect of the image is more important than another. So let's imagine cats and dogs. But if you put colon after the cats and say 3, and then dogs and put colon 1.5, you'll get cats being more important in the image and more prevalent than the dogs. Hopefully this produces us what we're looking for. You're going to again have to play around with it. Sometimes if you set one too high and one too low, you completely remove one from the image. It's just gone. But it can help with fine-tuning and adjusting of your work. The other thing that you can do is you can adjust the importance of an image in a photograph. Now I believe, so let's take this image, copy link, slash imagine at a party, and then I put the image in, and then I type in IW for image weight, and let's give it the image weight in of 4, and let's give the party colon 1. So the party's got the importance of 1, the cat has got the image has got the importance of 4. And then what we'll do is we will produce a what happened wrong there? Cannot have image weights with version 4. Oh well, that's something that's changed since I was last here. You used to be able to do it. But let's see what happens with the Brad Pitt cat. And let's see what happens with the cats and dogs. So let's reverse that one instead whilst we're waiting. So copy. And we're going to change the cats to a 1.5. And we're going to change the dogs to a 3. So when this service is being used a lot by a lot of people, it does have a little bit of a go slow. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is, but it generally returns things in a reasonable time. I have found that it can take forever if you are in relaxed mode. Yeah, so there we go. Here's our first one. It looks like the Brad Pitt image is taking all the time. So the cats. This is with cats as a 1.5 and dogs as a 3. So there we go. So dog, cat. Not sure what that is. Dog, no cats at all. Dog, cat. Dog. So it's primarily dogs in this image set. And the next one, with the cats having a weighting of 3 and the dogs having a weighting of 1.5, should produce something that is predominantly cats. Let's see how it happens. I think what else have I got to cover today? Because I don't really want to go into too much detail here. I could go on for hours and hours about the nuances, but I really recommend that you just join a few Facebook groups, get on the Reddit, and just start chatting with people, having a look at what people are doing in the newbies gallery can give you some great inspiration and ideas, and you can see what their prompts, what outcomes they bring. But I think one last thing that I'd like to cover whilst we're waiting for the cat image to come out and the Brad Pitt image is I'd like to cover maintaining character consistency. A lot of people are using Midjourney to try and produce artwork for a comic or for a book, and that needs to be consistent across multiple images. So one way that you can do that is by using a reference image. So obviously what we did is we used the reference image here with Brad Pitt. If we dropped an image into each of the scenes, then and this image was of an existing person, then we could maintain the look and the consistency and the feel across multiple images. If we use a celebrity name, we could probably do that as well. Look, here's the Brad Pitt cat. That's an interesting thing, isn't it? Half Brad Pitt, half cat. Well, I wonder if we could do the image weighting if we was on version 3, but no, I don't think I will go into that today. Let's wait for here we are, and here is with the cat's image predominantly weighted. So this is come out, in fact it's come out all cats. We was expecting some dog in there. Let's have a re-roll and see whether or not that can happen. But anyway, getting back to maintaining character consistency. If, let's say, I want, so imagine Brad Pitt looking into the rain on a dark night, comic book style. Did we get any dogs? No, we didn't. So this is all based on the training data, and we all know the cat pictures of the entire founder. Oh, that looks like it might be a dog. It's almost a dog, but no, so pretty much everything's a cat, isn't it? Oh, well, I don't know. It's got aspects of a fox in there, but then again, is a fox actually a cat? Anyway, let's not get caught up on this. So here we have some images of Brad Pitt in a comic book. Now let's say we want variation, looking into the rain on a dark night, and rather than look into the rain, opening the car door for a lady on a dark night. So we should be able to maintain some kind of consistency across multiple images here by using the same name, the same prompts, and you can get some decent results. Alternatively, take lots of pictures of, or find lots of pictures of a person that looks like the way your comic book character wants to be, and use that to prompt the scenes. So here we go. It's a very similar image, but let's try maybe re-rolling this as a new image. Once we wait for that to finish up, I'd just like to say, look, please do like and subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions or there's anything that you want to see more of or want to know more about or how I did things, I'm always here to chat. I'm available on Twitter at Gary Walker, and I do frequently look through the messages that are on YouTube, but I'm a little bit slower at getting around to that. I don't get a ping on my phone when you message me on YouTube. So probably best to try and find me on Twitter. And you know, like, let's say that you don't actually have access to Midjourney. If you send me a nice message on Twitter, I will make your image for you. Don't you worry. So here we have Brad Pitt again. Opening a car door for a lady, various different angles. We can re-roll as required. Guys, I'm going to wind the video up there, as that's about all I think that I'm going to cover for today. But if there's anything more you want to know, let me know in the comments. Thanks.